We are the Kansas Sampler Foundation in charge of this little project. We're a nonprofit, and somebody asked how if we're funded by the government. Well, we're funded by the government of the people. That's you and us. There's some still in stores. Too many places closed in Kansas, so we didn't want to keep reprinting. And that's exactly why we have the Kansas Explorers Club and events like this in Stark, to keep these places open in small towns so those kind of guidebooks can stay in circulation longer. So we have lots of work to do, Kansas Explorers. And at this, I want to introduce you to someone else. Have you heard of the Kansas Sampler Festival? Okay. Well, next year, for the second time, it will be in the town of Concordia, and it'd be really neat if the festival director was sitting right here with us. Is she? Stand up. Explorer number 27. This is her last free day before she has to start thinking about the festival. Not really, but soon. You know, let's see, we have two board members here, too. Sheila Lampy from Pickway and Ellen Morgan from Salinas. Stand up, if you will. Where's Ellen? Is Ellen around the corner?
No.
Well, she was.
She's probably buying stamps.
That's good. That's where we want her. Okay, this is a Kansas Explorer Club event. If you are a member, I'd like you to stand up. It'll just be for a second, and you don't even have to say your name, but this is something we have to do. Now, if you're not an explorer, we ask you to close. Unless you know that you're going to become an explorer by the end of the day, then you can keep your eyes open. I'll just tell you now, membership fee is $18.61 or $30 for a family. So this is the secret part of what we do. So if you're not a member, try to just sort of look like you're cheating. And I'll review this for those of you who don't know, the secret club, the secret ritual for the Kansas Explorers Club. You plug in your love for Kansas, you go to your heart, and then you share it with all the world. And that helps all the little towns when you do that part. Okay, so explorers, let's give ourselves a secret greeting ritual. Oh. Doesn't that feel good? And Stark is already feeling the difference. Thank you, explorers. Now, let's just shout out some towns you're from, because it's pretty amazing. And first of all, if you're from out of state, just shout out your town and state. Myron, that's you. Aren't you from out of state?
No. Abilene, Kansas. That's in Kansas.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I've heard of that. I thought you told me a different story earlier, so we're glad you're here, Myron. Okay, just shout out some towns you're from.
Wichita. Olathe.
Baldwin City.
Admire.
Topeka.
Erie.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Bel Air.
Concordia.
Iowa. Pickway. Manhattan. Chanute. Moran.
Inman.
Would you raise your hand if you're from Stark?
Woo! They're all over.
Back there.
Yeah, that's the smart one.
If you're from Ellsmore. Woo-hoo! Raise your hand if you've never seen this many people in Stark before. Now, you probably have a local event where you see lots of people sometime, right? Okay. Now, why are we here? We all wanted a suntan? Is that the choice?
Yeah, and sweat dripping off it. Yeah.
We're here because this is a Kansas Explorers Club event, and there come Ellery and Eileen from Humboldt. All right. They've heard this drill, so we'll keep on going. Nice to hear that train. The Kansas Explorers Club is more than just about having fun and going to see Kansas. It's if you're an explorer, you're kind of an activist. Activist in the sense that you help keep rural communities alive and thriving by supporting them, by feeling good about spending money, by saying to yourself, oh, there's an event in Stark. I've never heard of that. You know, a tourist would say, I'm not going to Stark. I've never heard of them. An explorer would say, I'm going to Stark. I've never heard of them, and I want to see what they have. And I want to introduce the person that introduced me to Murphy's Mercantile at Stark, and that's Portia Murphy's aunt, Marilyn Wooster from Topeka. And that's how it works. I've been to every town in the state for the Kansas Guidebook, but then after the guidebook research, some places opened. This used to be Rich Wine's Grocery, and thanks to Marilyn and all of you who introduced me to places that I haven't been. So, the first reason we're here is to hear the story of Murphy's Mercantile. But the neat reason about coming to this town of 105 people is that we get to support other places, like Cherokee's Grill, where lots of us should be going for noon, right? Yes. And we can also go to Portia's for light lunch too, but both those places we got to fill them. Vandalism at the post office a couple weeks ago, or last week. So, as many of you know, it's in there now, and they're fixing that so we can go back in. The feds almost wanted to close them down. But Starkians, thank you. You wrote letters, you made phone calls, legislators supported. Eileen, do you need a lawn chair? I have an extra one. Come right on up here. Okay, well, you guys come on up here. And today, Explorers, you broke the Stark post office record for most stamps purchased. Thank you very much. Now, the final thing to say before we get Portia up here is, it's not just that we spend money in small towns. Susie, what is it?
It's that we feel good about spending money.
Yeah. That's the rule. You have to feel good. This fabric shop, it's a block and a half down, is open after we're done here. Ellen, did you get a time, or Susie, how late they're open?
She said she'd be there.
She'll be there. Now,
And a lot of snails for Puppy. That's a great place.
they have a snail puppy for sale, and there's something else for sale. Who's heard of Walnut? They've got a great cemetery with some zinc monuments in there. Well, now their greenhouse has a portable store today in this vehicle next to this Explorer one. Where are you, person? Okay, would you stand up, please? She's brought her plants, and she's willing to sell them today if you'd like to buy some plants, so she'll be open later. Portia might tell us about anything else we've missed that's open. So we have some visiting to do. This is a Bring Your Own Lawn Chair event. We've been in Glasgow. Does anyone not know where Glasgow is? Well, it's near Simpson. Not too far from Concordia, and it's in Cloud County. Next, we're going to Moreland. You know, near Pinocchio. Right next to the town that gets their town sign stolen more than anybody else. The Studley, that's the name of that town.
You act like you know what you've been stealing this?
Somebody knows that all too well. Ellen, we're not going to